Good morning, folks. It's approximately 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on February the 25th, 2023. Hope our creators are keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure you hit that like button and share this across other platforms so that we can let people know what's going on out in the solar system and the effects it can have here on our planet. If you happen to be new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. Folks, yesterday we did have a pretty decent flare. Now, granted, it was only an M.37, right? But look at the size of the butt on this thing. This thing has got a badonk-donk. And I'm going to tell you what, the sun literally looks like a chunk came out of it. Let me show you. But before we get into that, we're going to take a look over here at ISWA. And check this out, folks. This right here is a large coronal hole, Earth-facing coronal hole right smack in the center. We're going to be getting some solar winds out of this, okay? So with the combined plasma that came off of our coronal mass ejection and the M flare, it'll be blending in with the coronal hole and hitching a ride. Could magnify it. This is actually one of my favorites. It's been gone for quite a while and I haven't checked it, and I just happened to notice that when you come down here to type that it was back on, and I'm like, no way. And yep, she sure is. So this is actually where we're going to start, and you can see there is an eruption off the back side of the sun. We had a double explosion yesterday, so there's that right there you saw coming off the left side. You see all this snap, crackling, and popping, throwing stuff out. Well, it's throwing it right here into this coronal hole, just magnifying and intensing it. Now you can see where we really want to focus our attention is right here. See that eruption? That plasma filament comes off, bam. And that, folks, that is a ton of plasma. Now look at the size of the hole in the sun here. You've got your big canyon of fire, just an M3.7, but look at the hole in that thing now. I mean, it literally blew a hole in the sun. For crying out loud. Now, most of it, and now if you also notice after I back out, you see how it's got a little solar tsunami, the whole surface of the sun gets disrupted? Well, this is getting blown into this, which opened a coronal hole, getting blown down into this. We are going to get some of that. That is coming at us, no doubt. In fact, just to be on the safer side, let's go take a look at stereo ahead, and we'll take a look at 304 here in a minute. This is stereo ahead right about the time of our eruption, right here. And yeah, we are not directly in front of this thing. We're actually more off in this direction. Okay, so the stereo head is technically behind us, which is weird, and then stereo behind is ahead of us. I don't understand why they do it that way, but whatever. So this is definitely coming in our direction. It's looking like I'm going to say a glancing blow, but it's more like a hard glancing blow, if that makes any sense. So the first one we're going to look at here is the GOES 16 in the 304, and as you can see, here's our eruption from before our main event, and we are going to zoom right in on it and take a look, because here she comes. Now you see this filament right here? Yes, I'm hoping so. Take a watch of this. Look at this. Oop, I better get it up so that way we can see a little bit better. Look at the size of that eruption and the plasma that just emanates off from that. I mean, you can see it coming out over here, the shock wave. It was very impressive. Now, if you notice, now we're right about here. Most of this is going this way. Okay, so it's going above us and off ahead of us a little bit. So we're going to be, for the most part, we're not going to take the brunt of that. But we are going to get some of it. Okay? Now we're going to come over here and check out the 304 on the SDO. And then we'll check it out in the difference. So there's our eruption last night, or the one prior to it off the backside, which is pretty significant. And then we've got the main event. That's important for us anyways. Look at all of that plasma. Now you can see the direction of it, okay, above and to the right. So we're going to miss most of that. However, we ain't going to... Ooh! Did you guys see that? Oh, hey, what is that? Hello, Mr. UFO. Folks, now this is the difference here. Okay, this right here is technically 193 angstroms on the SDO, but it's the difference. So we're going to watch right here in this region. You can see all these snap, crackles, and pops hitting right here, throwing it into the coronal mass, or the coronal hole. See our eruption there? Now keep your eyes right here, and you'll see the shock wave, how it covers a large portion of the sun. See that little pop? Going right into that coronal hole and blowing it right to us, like feeding it. Got a couple little flares here, and then this baby's about to pop. Watch this. I did slow it down so we could get a nice slow motion look view at it. Now you see that shock wave? Whoosh. Yeah, we're down here. That is blending in. That is coming for us. In fact, looking at LASCO C2 in the reversing filter, you can see it's mostly halo. It goes all the way across here and down here. So really there's only a small gap right here that does not get affected. So that's a definite. We're definitely getting some of that. But once again, it did go above and to the right. Almost looks like it has wings, doesn't it? Isn't that interesting? Almost looks like a planet with wings. Or a star with wings, like Nemesis or Nibiru is known to have. That's interesting. That coming over here to Solarham Solarham, and we are looking at Enlil. That's right, Enlil, the Anunnaki wannabe god, and we can see that eruption. It does go more to the right of us, because this is us and we're facing the sun, so it's going more to the right, and then this is above us. So we're getting a clip on both sides, a glancing blow from the above part of it and to the right side of it. So it's a glancing blow, but it's kind of a decent smack, because you're looking at the thickness of it. I mean, even if the whole thing was to encompass us, it's still going to be about the same density. And judging by the color of it, I'd say it's going to be between 35 and 40 centimeters cubed. So it's going to be decent. I mean, I know we're going to get at least G1, probably G2 out of this, especially when you're combining it with the solar winds, because you notice the solar winds coming around right about the same time. So yeah, this will be interesting. So that was from active region 3229, and we are expecting the arrival of it on the 27th. So make sure you guys are paying attention. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.